Well, guys, it is Sunday, April 13th, and yes, I am going to start occasionally vlogging again. I'm just deciding, I'm going to try to do a week's worth and to show you the important things, right? And give you an update and everything. I do apologize for the lack of these videos, if you guys even cared about the videos, but I really got out of doing it for a little while, for many years, actually, but I figured lately I might have more reasons to do these videos, I'm making many goals for the new year, ha 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 ha, right? And one of them is to get to at least 130 pounds. To lose, I know, again, I'm still overweight with that, right? But if I get under that, that's fantastic. Obviously, I don't want to be underweight, but with my height, my average, what is it? From what I checked, the safest for me would be between 100, the lowest I could go, right, without having any problems. So I'm really good, losing more than, with going down to lower than 130. So I'm a little bit, ahead of, well, not ahead. It's only the 4th month of the year. So I'm already, quite ahead in this journey. I started about 150 something, in the middle of 150 pounds. And now I'm down officially today, 143. So 13 pounds to that New Year's goal. But then again, that could go really south too. So I'm just going to kind of hold myself accountable, right? And I'm going to try to record this to the next Sunday and let you know my progress from there. I'm also starting to go back to work with my aunt. That's my goal, to kind of be a little bit better about my anxiety, right? Instead, I may not record too much there, right? I definitely won't show you where it is. But I'm going to show you I have toasted bologna sandwiches with spinach for my supper. I usually eat a little bit earlier, right? Oh, and there's the cat, Winnie. Hi, Winnie. And, well, it's the start of this video, right? Or the start of this thing again, so there's not much for me to say. I also have some goals for video games, to beat at least 10 this year, and I think I've already gotten a good chunk, at least 4 or 5 done. And some of them were small games, so I'm not really, I count them, but I'm not. So I probably am going to go over 10, which will be even better, and to try to read 10 books, which will include the Goosebumps ones too. So I think I might say about 15 books, but I wrote 10 I'm a guarantee to reach the goal. But I'm in my head secretly going to maybe 15, right? Just for you guys to know, so between 10 and 15 books. Hopefully some of them will be bigger ones. I'm trying to think what else. Well, one goal, guys, I will not be upset at all if I don't reach this goal, because really, this goal is sort of all luck-based. It does kind of count on your effort too, but it's to reach 300 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. But again, I know this is relatively small, with me having at least, as I'm recording this, 257, but really, guys, with the way I'm going, the way I was going these last 10 years, I'm not holding my breath. If I even gain from then, which I did, hopefully it'll stay that way by the end of the year. If I've gained, I'll be happy, right? But it also means I'm going to try to put more effort into YouTube this year as well. Now, guys, keep in mind, I am not really caring too much. I do care, so don't get this, not me completely not caring, right? But I'm not over worried about any of these goals, except for the losing weight goal and being a little bit in better health goal. That's the only goal that I am completely really going to work hard towards. The rest of it is more activity based. And I guess I also am going to try to be a little bit better with my anxiety. Try to control it a little bit more. Try to do things harder, to go and do things more despite my anxiety and my IBS. Right? And this also includes doing better with by my boyfriend. I'm going to try my best to do that. There's going to be rough days, especially with a lot going on lately. As you've probably noticed in one of my videos, we have a dog visiting us for we don't know how long, foreseeable future. Can't say when the dog will be going home for sure, but I babysit him a lot too, so there's a lot going on at this point, which also explains a lot of the variety of my videos as well. I'll admit I have a lot of tastings lately, and I apologize, but those are so far the easiest ones and the funnest ones for me to do with how I'm feeling at this point. Is it just the dog? I have, again, Winnie in my room quite a bit of the time, and I can't just select, a time for her. She kind of has to go in when she wants to go in, but I do control when she goes out. At least I try to tell myself that. She seems to charm her way into longer visits, too. So, yeah, and she's looking at me as I'm saying that. So, if anything else exciting happens, I'll let you know, but I'll see you in the next clip. Well, guys, I'm doing a walk. This isn't going to be a clip, that you're going to get all the time. Obviously, because it's raining, so I'm going to have to be very quick about this. And when it's nicer weather, you might see, a little bit more, stuff. But I try to get 2 or 3 walks a day, so, something must be working. Well, guys, I'm doing my second walk now. I actually caught some Pokemon at Pokemon Go, including, you'll see maybe up there, an Alolan Executor, of all things. So far, these walks are becoming a pretty good walks. Yeah, I thought I'd get some witty cuteness in this vlog while we're at it. She literally learned a new trick that I didn't get on camera, or even a picture, where she used both of her front paws, and held my arm. Literally. She was holding it, and I'm she did it twice, and then gave me this look. Right, old girl? Yeah? Are you guilty as charged? And of course she'll never do anything on camera, because, that's just Winnie for you. She only does what she wants to do when I'm recording a video and not aiming it on her. Right? Yeah? Oh, well, there, she finally did something cute on camera. Isn't that right, old fart? Well, guys, I am finally going to record another Pokemon Crimson Fury review. Yes, after so long. I'm just trying my best to do what I can right now while I have the energy for it. So let's hope all goes well in the review. Well, guys, I'm going for my 4th walk here. And, 3rd walk. I'm probably going for a 4th walk pretty soon. So far today hasn't been too bad. I got quite a bit done, as you've seen in the video. I recorded the 18th chapter of Pokemon Crimson Fury. Finally. Right? What are you doing, old boy? Yeah, I know you're not happy. I'm sorry. Well, guys, it is Monday, April 14th. And well, I've had a bath today so far, but it isn't the greatest day. I don't think I'm getting any walks done because I'm just not feeling great. I had quite the morning. Well, let's just say the cat at about 7 a.m., scratched and whined at the door, and obviously too early, so I'm like, no, I'm just ignoring her. I put on my headphones, put on a YouTube video to listen to. I'm almost dozed off, and an ad bursts, and for the relaxing music, it jolts me awake. So yeah, no, I'm downloading that video. I got that video downloaded, and my ears hurt after like an hour or so, which strangely never happens when I'm awake doing it, right? But maybe because I'm trying to lay with them, right? And just to say, it wasn't the best rest at all, but I got a bath. I am getting ready to go to work with my aunt tomorrow, so there's that. And I'm railing in this one here. Yeah, go figure. Yeah, she's in my room for now. Might try to take a little nap with her. The word is try. I swear, for a 13-year-old, she's like a kitten. Like, she wants what she wants. Like, she's trying to get on my night table right now to distract me from this. She does everything she can to distract me from what I'm doing. Right? Like, if I'm doing nothing, she'll just lay there happily. But if I'm, like, recording a video or playing a game or something along the line, she does everything she can to get my attention. Whether she does a good thing or a bad thing, that's totally her thing. So you may not get much more in today's section of it, but you might get an ending to see how everything is if you don't see anything else. I'm babysitting this guy tonight, and he is not very happy. He's waiting for my aunt to come home, she was out for like a little bit better than 2 hours. And he just adores her, even though she isn't his master. She's his master while he's staying with us. And he just constantly waits by the door after like the first hour or so. But hey, I guess it is what it is. I have to do my part and everything. Hey guys, it is Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. Yeah, it's really late. I know I didn't get much recording of everything, but we'll say I had a stressful start to the morning, but I managed to get to work with my aunt. I actually looked around the local pawn shop today, but I kind of forgot to take a video. But for what I didn't know if I was even allowed, so I did get a few things there, but you're not going to see that until my Easter video when it comes out. I'm putting everything that I've gotten into a video for Easter. You know, it's going to be an Easter and what I got lately. So, a combined video of all of it. Right now, I am looking after this guy here, who just stole my towel. I'm going to have to get a new one. But, you know what? He's being good. That's what matters in the long run. So, I did do a little bit of moving today when I went to the pawn shop. It was up a hill. It's not a very far walk, but it has a hill to it. So, me walking from there to there a few times is a bit of exercise. But I mostly did the same thing as I did last week, only there was less of it. And I also put away the hangers for my aunt. So, my aunt was pleased. The fact that she didn't think I'd get there at all, and we even agreed that I didn't have to, because I was really not feeling good. I changed my mind, which is what really pleased her, right? And that I really took a lot off her when I did that and did that work there. And it's kind of nice to kind of get that, but again, my own fault that I don't. Okay, I know you could argue that, well, when you're sick like that, you shouldn't feel guilty if it's something that can't be controlled. Yes, I know. But they save stuff for me. And when I'm not there to do it, well, she has her own part to do. Plus, she would have that. So, my brain just feels guilty like it is once a week. And yes, I'm not feeling good. There's a bathroom there that I can use when I need. It's just getting there. And once I convince myself that, like, and it's funny because Winnie wanted in my room this morning, and usually when I'm not feeling good this way, I need quiet to regulate my emotions, because when I'm in a lot of pain, my emotions are really high, which would likely mean that I'd be less receptive, right, to things like just the thought, well, maybe you could do this to help you, get better or something. But when I'm in a lot of pain, I can't always just think that rationally, right? That, oh, well, I usually find I'm comfortable there, right? But as I said, when I'm in a lot of pain and I can't, regulate properly, like if the cat was in my room or the cat was scratching outside the door, then more than likely my emotions would stay high and my brain would be absolute of whatever would relieve that, which at that time was staying home. But I finally got the cat out of my room, right? Because originally we agreed, okay, I'm not going, but I have the dog, right? And I agreed to that. That was fine, right? Because if I had the anxiety of not having to be out of my own bathroom, that relegated it a little bit, that I could watch him. But then during that time she was out of my room and I heard nothing from her, I calmed down. So that proved my theory right, that if I can just have time to myself, not have that cat constantly going for my attention while I'm trying to redirect my anxiety, right, and rationalize the silliness of how I'm feeling. Again, some of you might say, well, if you're in legitimate pain, it's not like you're worried you're going to be in pain, right? There's a difference between those two things, right? Me having high emotions thinking I might have this problem versus actually having this problem that is habilitating at times, right? And at that moment it was. So you're probably wondering, why should I call it silly when it's actively affecting me? Well, because I know that sometimes when I have time to calm down, it isn't as bad as it would first appear. So that's what I mean, and I'm learning this about myself, which is good. It means I'm growing, right? I also learned that it seems like I have to be kept busy. Even when I got to work, it started to get bad again. I'm like, oh, I could have stayed home. I got the okay to stay home, and now I'm not going to be any help to her. That was another worry of mine too, that I wouldn't be help to her anyway. But then no, I told my aunt, send me a text when the work is out for me to do, because it takes a bit, and that didn't help either. Me sitting there waiting, to do the work that she needs help with, and that helped a little bit too. And I found that while I was doing it, right, and I had my own method of doing it, I was able to redirect my problem. So I find that, and you could argue, well, some people will say, well, are you going to, I did do it relatively fast, and you could argue, well, wouldn't that just make things worse? But once I know it's done, then my anxiety calms down, knowing I was there for my purpose. Now it's just waiting, right? So I can, read, or even if I wouldn't have to feel guilty of having all that to do, that instantly helps. I mean, heck, though, I even changed my mind, I didn't have to do the hangers either. But I did them, because it gave me a little time, little more distraction. So I'm learning a whole lot about myself and these things, but I also know that every day is different, right? And I said to her going forward that maybe it'd be best to save me a little bit, but nothing that she couldn't do if I wasn't there. And worst case scenario, I got my book and my games, right? As long as I know she wouldn't have to be in stress, and I'm going to do my best to not have to make this an issue, right? That I'd still be there anyway. But that way, if there's a day that I absolutely can't, she won't have it as hard on her, right? I told her that I did good getting there today, right? And I surprised her and surprised myself. There's going to be a day where there's absolutely no way. And there probably will be. May not be for years, maybe, and that would be great, but it's always good to be prepared for that situation, if you know what I mean. So that way we both did talk about that, and I will have enough that I can do a little bit to get me started, right? And that way I'm still there, I'm still getting out of the house. That was another reason she wanted me to do it. She doesn't care as long as I got the work done, if I played my game while I was there, that was fine, right? So I keep telling myself that I don't have to rush with it. And that helps too. So it was a pretty eventful day. I did get some stuff, not just, from the pawn shop I went to, but my aunt got me a few things too that you'll see in that Easter video. So right now it's about 7:36 p.m. So this will probably be all you get from me today. I apologize for the lack of other stuff. Hopefully tomorrow onward it'll be better. I'll get more walks in. I'll get back into that routine and such. I'm thinking maybe of editing a few YouTube videos, maybe. That sounds okay. Maybe not fun, but there's so much I can do with him there. Hey guys, it is Wednesday, April 16th, 2025, and well, to start the day, I got a Monster Energy Reserve Orange Dreamsicle. You've seen this in one of my previous videos lately on the channel. I know I've been having a lot of Monster Energy videos, but I find it fun me trying the different flavors for the first time and figuring out what I like. And yeah, we have Miss Winnie here. Yeah, she's kind of mad at me for yesterday. I had to have the dog in my room, and I was working with Kathy, as you saw. Well, you didn't see, but you heard. So I needed to kind of calm down and not have her in my room. And, well, I guess she's not that mad at me, is she? Cats can be very forgiving, but the point being is she had to be out of the room pretty much yesterday because after work I needed to rest to look after the dog, and I was tired from work too, and she wouldn't let me do that if I had her in. I know her that much. So trying to make it up a little bit today, having her in there for a few hours. Trying to also make up for my walks eventually. Once I get settled, I'll go out for I'm going to try to get at least 3 walks done today, but I'm going to get the first 2 done. And if I can get 4 done, then that'll be great. But if not, I guarantee to go for 1 more. Because I'm starting to learn that pushing myself to do 3 at once does not end well. So, trying to take it easy, but at the same time push myself in a way. As I said, I did some editing yesterday of the videos, and I'm doing a little bit of editing today, so I don't know how that'll work out. I'm just trying to learn to balance my time a little bit, right? There's so many things I can do with this little girl right here. Yeah, see? She's saying hi. So yeah, I can play certain games with her there. I can edit with her there if I'm sitting in the right position. I definitely can't sleep with her there. Well, I kind of had some luck a couple of days ago and I had a little nap with her. That was just luck, though. It's hard to read with her there because she thinks the pages are fun to play with. For a 13-year-old cat, she acts like a kitten. I mean, really, anything that she isn't supposed to have, she wants. She wants to play with. But anything that is meant for her, not good enough for her, apparently. Like, not long ago, she was laying on my fanny pack, and I made the joke, are you trying to say I'm not allowed to go for a walk? sort of thing, because I use that. That's the main thing I have with me when I go for a walk, to hold my phone and whatever else I'm bringing. And her laying like right on top of it as if to say, this is mine now. Isn't that right? Yeah, the look of a guilty cat. Not given a, not going to use the word, because even the non-offensive word has got to grow, so. Yeah, but I guess I've cursed before. So I probably shouldn't say, oh, this is a family. No, it is not a family-friendly channel. Yes, that is something I will bring up that I never thought to bring up. Guys, yes, I have a lot of childish things on this channel, like the toy openings and that. But this is more for nostalgia adults, like, purposes, not for kids to watch. It's something I enjoy, and I know that some adults like looking back on it. And yeah, I know I have some more latest toys too, but that's just a me thing, guys. And I guess I can't stop kids from... kids, look away, and parents, please don't shoot me. But they probably get this idea on their own, faking it till they making it, type of thing. Like, it's not hard to fake your age, in that YouTube system. But really, guys, I'm not trying to make this channel for kids. It's just coincidence my personality is like that, and my disability as well, that I don't quite act like a 33-year-old woman would. I mean, people would joke that maybe I act like a man around that age, have a bit more of a relaxed, childish personality if they don't have kids, right? But that's just the way I am, right? And I'm not making this channel in mind for kids to watch. So, keep that in mind. In a way. Like, I try to avoid kids' channels as much as I can, right? That aren't made by the parents, particularly, right? There's exceptions. Sometimes if I use footage from a channel, like I did for that video, for my Life is Strange review, I will subscribe, to show support. But I won't really interact so much, except for watch the videos, if you know what I mean. I try, if I know a kid is running it, I try just to kind of stay away from that, if you know what I mean, because I know that can look wrong. And I don't want anything that could be used against me, even if things are false, to be used against me. Like, there were situations that happened that someone was completely innocent, but because they so innocently, like, maybe showed support for a channel, right, that they were looked at the wrong way. So I'm not prepared to do that, right? I'm at an age now, even mentally, to know where that can go. So, any channels that I actively support are all confirmed to be above the age of 18. Right? I may, again, if I use the footage, I may subscribe to help out a little bit. But any other, way of support, I just try to leave it until they would be of age. I know it could mean the world for a child, for someone who has more experience to say, oh, look, do this and that. But yeah, again. And I mean, you could also argue, too, that people could scan comments and see that it's just advice, right? But again, I'd rather have nothing against me, right? Yes, I may get along better with people that are younger than my age, but I still try to leave it to be at least 18, right? Heck, even if they're 18 with mild disabilities, right? If they're old enough to, like, understand that, okay, right? Like, I know there's also situations where someone with disabilities may not mentally be able to consent or, anything like that. And they usually have watches on them, too. There's rules and laws for that, too. So I try to be very careful, right, in that situation. So yeah, I know this was awful long for an intro, and this may be a long vlog, I apologize, but this is my first vlog in literally 6 to 7 years, so maybe even 8. So anyway, guys, Winnie and I may see you in the next clip. Well, hey guys, I'm on my first walk. And I've been playing some Pokemon Go. I got a Quaxley, which I missed out on the first one, which is a bummer, but it is what it is, right? So as I said, this is one trail that I've kind of shown you the main things that aren't private. Well, on my second walk, this time I'm going a different route. I actually am listening to Absol Blog's Pokemon. As I said, he's a bigger YouTuber, way bigger than I am, but I kind of like the way he does things. He mixes life with Pokemon in a way, and I just kind of find that kind of inspiring in a way. I'm just watching his level 100 Gauntlet on Gooby, just catching Pokemon, getting experience. Hey guys, it is Friday, April 18th, 2025, and yeah, I know, a day missing. There wasn't a lot that went on yesterday at all that would warrant any progress. I got a couple walks in, which, again, is pretty good. I had to look after the dog, which I guess I could have recorded, but I kind of had recorded before. Like, he barked a lot. Besides that, and yeah, I just got back from a walk to Tim Hortons for a large ice cat. Oh, and it's Good Friday, by the way. Happy Good Friday. I know not many of you celebrate that particularly, but yeah, I know. Why didn't I record at Tim Hortons? So many people go around this particular Tim Hortons that I don't want to catch people in it that may not want to be in it. So I'm like, I'd rather just not risk that type of encounter. So I do apologize for that. That would have been a change of scenery, definitely. But again, I try to keep with people's privacy, especially individuals I do not know, right? So you may never see a clip from there because people go in and out all the time, even if it seems private. Oh, and we got the kitty. Yeah. And she said hi to you. Oh, she's saying hi again. But yeah, I have the cat. I feel so bad for the cat because the other day she was all comfortable that I had to look after the dog and I cannot handle both of them. So she had to go out of the room almost as quick as she got in. It was kind of a last minute thing to me. I wasn't aware of it. So I asked my aunt, and as she knows, there's nothing going on today, or at least for a few hours, so I have her in there for a while. It's quite late. I slept a little bit later because I had this awful sharp pain in my stomach. I'm alright. It's gone. But I woke up about 7 a.m. with it, and I just said, I'm not setting my alarm. I let my aunt know I'm not setting my alarm. And just zonked out to a little, about 11:45, I believe. 11:45. So, yeah, some more stuff happened today than yesterday, necessarily. But I'm lucky I got myself in for a walk today. I didn't know if that was going to happen with how I was feeling. It was almost on a scale of 1 to 10, it was almost 6, 7, 8. How the pain I was in, but now it's almost non-existent. So I'm feeling better, obviously. So what else? I can't think of much else necessarily. I read a bit of one of my Peanuts books that I have yesterday. Today, I walked to Timmy's. Nothing else happened yet. And if something does happen, I'll let you know. Hey guys, it is Saturday, April 19th, 2025. Well, it's actually almost Sunday, April 20th. So, by the time this is over, this is done, it may already be, the next day, but it may not be too. Not very much happened today, really. I slept quite a bit. I didn't do exercise. It was a pretty bad day, but I thought I would give you a little update here. The other day, I finished reading a book that will be in the next book quest logs and book logs video. So, and I started reading another book. So, again, not much has really happened today necessarily, except for I looked after the dog. And that was pretty much about it. There was nothing of real note today, but I did forget to mention yesterday that I finished reading a book, but I'm trying to save that for the next quest logs and book logs, like I said, which hopefully will come soon. I'm getting into the threshold of what I would, require of things I finished. So maybe you'll get that pretty soon. Maybe, maybe not. It depends on, for sure, if I'm deciding whether I want to read a bit more of The Golden Compass first, because I had not made any real progress in that book, but it may not, I may not include that in the video, so I may just go ahead with it pretty soon. That's the thing, I got to page 91, in general, of The Golden Compass, and I didn't dislike it, right? It's just actually either listening to it or reading it, right? I know I can do either, because if I read and listen at the same time, I process things a lot better. So I just have to even do that, right? Is better than not doing anything with that book at all. So I'm just trying to figure out, the best way to approach that book, because I know it's a book I would like, even if it's only that one in the series. So I don't know how that's gonna go. But anyway, guys, obviously this will probably be the last clip for today. So tomorrow is Easter. Happy early Easter to you all. But this video's out, it'll be past Easter, obviously. Hey guys, it is Sunday, April 20th, 2025. Happy Easter to you guys. Or if you don't celebrate Easter, I hope you're having a good day. I was down to my aunt's for Easter dinner. I had ham, turkey, potatoes, and carrots. And my two aunts and my uncle and cousin were all playing this card game. I forget what it was called. Well, I was playing Pokemon Moon. Yes, again, I may have mentioned it. I am playing that. And I'm already within the last trial of Akala Island before the Kahuna. And I enjoyed a Coke there. But I sat there and enjoyed everything with the others at the table, and then I was just off on my own a little bit. That's kind of how it is, but it wasn't a lot of people there. And I'm lucky my aunt had a plug-in, because again, my 3DS does not work off its charger for very long anymore. So that's just how it is. I just have to enjoy my games where there's a plug, mostly at home, or if there's anywhere else with a plug. It's still working right now, so I'm grateful for that. I'm still out and about because my aunt had to stop somewhere on our way home. But when I get home, I think I'm going to work on my Easter special. Maybe later tonight or maybe tomorrow I will work on this vlog in general, because this is the last day for this week, the very first week. I know I missed a day, and I apologize for it not being as big in areas that it should be, but this is, again, my first time doing this, and I'm obviously doing the best that I can with what I can do. So anyway, guys, since this is the last day, and I'm pretty sure nothing else is going to happen that is of warrant, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel and like what you see, please subscribe. It helps this channel a lot. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so you know when new videos are coming out. And I'll see you guys in my next video.